Shattered Skies! It's the latest game to be pushed out of Sergei Titov's birth canal, forced into existence like Frankenstein's monster. Its brothers, War Z and Romero's Aftermath, stand outside in the snow, wishing Papa Titov would draw them close into his bosom and hug them. War Z wears a paper bag with infestation survivor stories sharpied on its forehead like some hardcore prison tattoo, as they watch Titov reach into baby Shattered Sky's mouth and rip out every dollar the premature monster can cough up. It never asked for this. Yes, folks, it's another zombie survival game, with an open world PvP hackfest still trying to boogie board on the success of DayZ. But this beach is at the Jersey Shore, and it's only a matter of time before Shattered Skies ends up impaled on some broken glass, as a warning sign to any other developer who throws up after a night of drinking Majorska, puts a fence around it, and charges Brooklyn hipsters $24.99 to look at his modern art. So what exactly is Shattered Skies all about? It's really simple. You've already played this game before. Most of us have played this game before. You scavenge the world, gumping it across the country, roaming from one abandoned location to another, looking for supplies, weapons, food, and along the way, you have the privilege of meeting the assholes who will inhabit the earth along with the cockroaches, shooting at anyone without provocation. That's the core of the game. Skipping, looking, collecting, shooting. You've played this already. I've played this already. It's just got a new bow and a bouncer out front charging you to get in. At least, I will give them some credits. Might be the same game, but for once, you don't have to eat and drink all the time, and you don't have to repair broken bones for walking down a hill at the wrong angle. Because Shattered Skies, it knows you. It knows what you want. It's looked into your heart. It's read your mind. It's the perfect lover. It gives you what you want, and that's straight up PvP. And the game does a great job at emphasizing being the shittiest shit in the block. How quickly can you kill someone as they wave hello? Because guns, ammo, and backpacks are everywhere. When you spawn, just walk to a gas station, pick up a shotgun, pick up a rifle, and just aim, click, done. In between the points of interest on the map, it's just nothing. You know this. DayZ's the same way. Rust is the same way. Just nothingness. Empty wilderness. Because you were born to run, baby, and that's what you're gonna do. At least there's no zombies. Because instead of zombies, we have inexplicable aliens. Why? I don't know, but they function the same way as zombies. They're meandering idiots who hurl bright bulbs of light at you as they wave their arms like they're trying to recruit you to their Scientology cult. They stumble towards you, often standing still, trying to play the most worthless game of Simon Says ever concocted by a hack. Some of the creatures look suspiciously like the aliens from Dead Space, with two claws jutting out of their back. It's a clear inspiration, and I don't mind it. It's a terrifying design. It's great. But it doesn't exactly work in a charming, verdant wilderness. Maybe in space or in some type of desert apocalypse, but whatever. I don't understand why they're even in the game. What's the point? If the emphasis is PvP, why even have a PvE element? They're largely worthless. It's just a distraction. They spawn randomly without cause at all, and they're just there to annoy you. They add nothing besides being annoying. Or, of course, you could grind the aliens, because that's what I want to do in a game that's about PvP survival. I want to grind. I want to level up. Because what the people want in their survival games is an RPG leveling mechanic. And maybe that's what the people want, but I sure as shit don't. I am not a fan. I am not a fan of leveling progression in survival games because it creates the impression of an uneven playing field in a game whose emphasis is brutal PvP. Even if those levels are largely meaningless, and in Shattered Skies, they largely are. Besides unlocking new crafting recipes, and then at level 30 you get legendary guns, which are slightly better than normal guns, and they even stay with you when you die for whatever freaking reason. But why bother having it? And I think I know why. Because when you start putting levels in a game, then you can sell different game editions. Step right up and spend $79.99 for the Ultimate Edition of Shattered Skies for your unique cosmetic sets and a 150,000 XP bonus, leveling you right up to 25. Again, levels don't create much of an uneven playing field. You're still going to get guns, you can still point and click. They're largely there to create the illusion of progression. To create the illusion that if you buy in, you'll be better than everyone else. I will say, if you up your ante and instead of buying the base game and you spend $35, you do get the Gold Edition, which gives you 5 crates that you can open upon each life, unlocking a pistol and an assault rifle, which is a huge advantage for just spawning. And you don't need those because you could just run into town and pick that shit up anyway. But it definitely helps the freshly spawned player. Aesthetically, it's the same thing I've seen 3 times before. It looks like every other TTOV free-reign entertainment game, lifting assets from the past to slap together like a puzzle. It's like a game of Jenga played with Legos and building blocks. Just take whatever you can get and slap it all together, whatever. I will admit though, it runs well, definitely optimized. I got a clean 80 FPS, but it's kind of like finding the optimal amount of time needed to reheat pea soup. Yeah, it's optimized, but in the end you're still eating reheated microwaved pea soup. It's definitely not pushing boundaries. It's just copying precedent. I will admit also that Shattered Skies does have a clean UI, slick bars, with a promise of continued updates every time you log in. I like reassurances. But no amount of reassurance is going to turn me into a believer. I'm a total skeptic. Why? Don't people deserve second, third, fourth, fifth chances? After all, Shattered Skies is functional. It works. It does what it says it's going to do. My problem is Free Reign Entertainment doesn't seem capable of sticking with one project. Romero's Aftermath released on September 24th, 2015, developed and published by the same company. I even gave it a go-ahead in a video for this channel. But I guess Aftermath didn't make money. It was a free-to-play game, and it seems like it's been scrapped. In less than 1 year, the company is shifting emphasis to an entirely new project that does nearly the same exact thing, the only difference being its monetization. The only difference being to play this one, you need to spend $25. And if you think that doesn't work, well, according to Steam Spy, 20,000 people own Shattered Skies. If each of them paid $25 each, which is the minimum amount, that means the game has made $500,000 through Steam alone, which isn't extraordinary by any means, but it's enough, considering it's basically a dead zombie on a plate that only accepts gold-plated credit cards. I guarantee those reassuring images you see when you launch the game are going to disappear as soon as it doesn't make enough money, because on Free Reign Entertainment's website they have 2 more survival games in the works, a clear indicator to me that they're going to jump ship once the revenue from Shattered Skies slows down. All this company does is regurgitate the same crack for a quick buck, riding on fans fat on the same game every year or so, or less than a year in this case. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Sergey and Free Reign Entertainment just really love what they do. They want to give players the vision they've been trying to cultivate since War Z, way back in October 2012. But even if that's so, I'm tired of this rehash shit. If you still like it, that's good for you. I wish I could feel enthralled by the same Duke I've experienced 10 times over. But I'm ready to move on.